Mark, can I just talk about entrepreneurship? Because it's difficult for me to talk about anything else. And he agreed to that, and I said, maybe, can you hold the music, please? I said, maybe I should talk about just entrepreneurship, because that is where my heart is. And most of the questions that I get from a lot of people is that, what is the best business that we should go to at this point in time? And the answer to that actually is, I don't know. Because each one of you actually has a different destiny and a different place, and a different light, and a different love, and a different interest. And therefore, if even though I tell you to go into call center or to go into this type of business, it might not fit you. So I need to get you some more. I need to get to know you some more before I even give you a good recommendation. And the second question that people ask is this actually the best time for us to go into entrepreneurship when there's so much things happening all over the world? And today Bernardo was talking about all the disasters and the Philippines being in the number 5, most level 5, right? I felt I felt that it was a good introduction to me. You know, you talked about all the bad weather and all that stuff, and then they called me the Rainmaker. It was not, I said, what a good introduction to me. But people feel that, should we go into business at this point in time when there's so much global crisis and threats going on everywhere? And the answer to that actually came from, I researched a little bit on what does crisis really mean. I mean, there's been a lot of global crisis, and people are scared of going because of the terrorism, because of economic crisis, because of medical crisis, because of a lot of crisis that's going on. And when I took a look at the word crisis, actually crisis is spelled in 2 characters in the Chinese language, and it's called Wei Qi. The 2 characters, hindi ho character ng Mahjong yan. 2 characters, Wei Qi, and the first character actually means danger. And the second character actually means opportunity. So what does that mean? That in every crisis there is what? There is also opportunity, right? But the problem with all of us is that every time that we think of crisis, and every time that we are faced with crisis, the only thing that we seem to see is the danger, right? And so the question is, where will you find your good business opportunity despite of all this crisis? And when you take a look at the books, they say that there's the inside out and the outside in technique. The inside out technique is looking deep inside you and trying to bring out what you're good at and trying to apply it to the world. And the outside in technique means that you're looking outside and trying to see what's outside, and then you try to learn the skills in order to fit that gap, no? And make an opportunity out of it. But my favorite, and maybe something I could share with you today, is that if you want to have an entrepreneurial mindset starting today, you take a look at this Wei Qi. This is a mindset that we have to change. That the thing is that we have to always know and think that there is an opportunity behind the crisis. And there is a reason why we are being given this crisis. And maybe the reason is so that we can find that opportunity behind the crisis. And it's so appropriate that one of the things that, one of the examples that was given was rain. And I like that because today it rained very, very hard. And everybody felt, oh boy, it's such a crisis. Oh boy, this thing might not push through. Oh boy, so many people might lose homes. But I took some pictures from the newspaper and take a look at them. These kids, pumapatak pa lang yung ulan, naghahanap na sila ng kahoy. They're looking for wood. And why is that? Because if you If you cross that, you will pay 1 peso. Will you pay? Of course you would, right? But they look at that crisis as something that they could earn some money from, right? Look at this one. No. At night, you're scared of them. You call them the canto boys. You don't want to approach them. But every time it rains, they're the people that go to the deepest part and get you out of that trouble. Will you pay them? Will you pay them? Yes. Of course you'll pay them. So you turned our canto boys into pushers. Tulak boys, tulak boys. And look at this one. Even though you go to the patent office, you will not see this. This is called the door boat. His door becomes a boat. Isn't that nice? You see, these people have the right mindset. Their mindset is that they are looking for the opportunities before they even face and look at the danger. Can you imagine if we can give these people better education, better network, and better finances and all that stuff? Can you imagine if I can give you, and if you can make yourself think more like an entrepreneur? I am so sure you're going to come up with products and services that is better than the door boat. But what you have to do today is to change your mindset. Let us not sob and look and be fearful of all the danger that is being in front of us. Let us instead look for the opportunity behind it. And how do you do that? Look at some people. You know, my first advice is that, you know, crisis, when it is brought down to a smaller level, it's called merely, you just look at irritants in your life. Take a look at things that irritate you. I'm not talking about your husband or your wife, huh? I'm talking about things that irritate you are crises in our lives, right? And take a look at some people. Some of the doctors said that my crisis in my life, some doctors, why is it that we are supposed to be the best earners, but we only have blue, white, or green as the uniform, right? And because of that irritant of theirs, scrubs came about. And these scrubs, selling all over the United States, has a franchise in each town or city, right? Earning millions and millions of pesos. Take a look at this. A friend of mine said, inspired by Patch Adams, sabi niya, my irritant is that we are working in a hospital where it's so sad all the time. So what he said, I would want to make it a very lively place, a very happy place. And he started to make products that would make, instead he looked at the opportunity, he started to make products that would make people smile. He has a dextrose that is shaped like a Chivas bottle that goes into you. He has a robe that has macho body. Of course, it's bareback. His company is named LBM. Laughter is the best medicine. Is unleash your wildest imagination to create big visions. Is there more than one person who has that irritant? If there's more, that means that you have a market, isn't it? If there's more people who has the same irritant as you, that's how big that market is. Expand your concept. Do not be bothered with anything first, and then be very, very passionate about your vision. Transform them to win-win scenarios. Assume you're the supplier, the customer. Assume you're everybody. It has to be a win-win scenario that you address their concerns. Why would they be interested? How will it benefit them? And then lastly, serve others by making it purposeful. You know, people think that entrepreneurs are just after money. If you are an entrepreneur that's just after money, if I ask you, if that is your purpose in life, and I ask you, please buy this thing, because if you buy this, I will get very rich. Will you buy it? No, you will not. Do things because you want to help others, and they will buy things from you. If people don't see that from you, they will not support you at all.